But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and talk about the singles of Ready to Love. Let's go ahead and get into them. We got some new people on the show this particular episode. We ended up getting Eric, and we also got a woman by the name of AP. Now, Daikia actually ended up going out on a date with Eric. And I thought that the date went great. I like the chemistry between both of them. Of course, we need to see him mingle with the other ladies to see what he really giving. But I thought it was interesting that she opened up and let us know that she actually had, I believe it was cervical cancer when she was at the age of 30, I believe. So they caught it early. So she's in a much better place now. So that's great to hear. Clifton. Well, first of all, let me hear you guys' thoughts about the date that Miss Daikia had with Eric. Were y'all enjoying the vibe? Because I know I like them.
I did. I was feeling it. I thought it was great.
It was
Super
cute. But it was like, she like, okay, you don't meet nobody else. I'm like, no, let him meet at least one other person before you like get your claws in them. But it was a vibe between them the whole time. He's cute. The little the beard, another bald-headed beard man, but whatever. But he's cute. He seems nice.
Yes, I like the fact that they both connected on that engineering thing.
Oh yeah, they did. I
think
like the
they
fact
had a lot of.
Oh, go ahead, Necey.
I think they had a lot of commonalities, but I couldn't tell if he was just trying to get in where he fit in. I need to give him a little bit more time.
Okay. I can see that. I actually like that he was getting to know some of the other ladies as well, and he didn't just hook line in on somebody. Seems like he was going around getting to know Ace as well as, who was it, Joy? But Joy, I was like, Joy, girl, not you talking about something, you like his energy, you want to give him your IG or something like that. I feel like in that moment she was trying to grow her following or something, since she's a singer. But okay, Miss Joy.
Oh yeah, she is a singer.
Can't trust y'all on this show.
You can't trust none of them on the show?
No, because they always there for clout, not for love. Y'all ready for clout? And listen, everybody likes, anything. We love clout. Everybody like a little clout. But not when you supposed to be here for love.
I did, but it seems like he's undercover.
I didn't get that vibe from him.
I didn't either. Okay.
Okay, so the person that said that, I want you to ask yourself some questions about the type of man you're attracted to. Cause see, a lot of the black whales, y'all like overly niggerish men. And whenever y'all see somebody,
not overly.
I said it. When y'all see somebody that's not giving y'all overly niggerish, y'all see it as some form of homosexuality. And I get that, but I need you to just ask yourself that question, because maybe it's you and not him. Just a thought.
Maybe. Okay.
I mean, I knew somebody was gonna say that though.
You did? So you thought
it? Yeah, just because he's a. No, I didn't think it, but I knew somebody was gonna say it because he's a preacher's kid.
Oh.
And that's how I was looking at Cornelius last season. But he wasn't giving Cornelius or nothing like that. I just thought somebody was gonna say that.
Yeah.
If we see an old up picture of him on his wall, then we'll have another conversation.
I'm not dealing with
you. Embarrassing, baby. What about Clifton and that date he had with AP? Because I just felt like Clifton and AP, not compatible. I knew it the moment she was walking up. Y'all know AP is a widow and she also has 2 children. He has 2 children too, but I feel like his kids were much younger than hers. She's a vegan, whereas he's not, clearly. And I didn't. She came. I can't explain how she came off. I keep thinking stick in the mud, but that's not the term I'm really looking for.
That's the way she was walking in them hills.
Okay, is that maybe I was?
Bitch, did you have gum on the bottom of your shoes? What was going on?
She was not interested. You could tell by the way. I don't know. The vibes I was getting was like, this is so random. But you ever see like 2 parents at a social gathering that both of their kids is a part of something and they just converse with each other for the sake of conversing and be like, yeah, my kid played this, my kid. The conversation was given that. It was so dry. But did y'all peep how Clifton said that he had a 17-year-old, a 3-year-old, and had been divorced not once, but twice?
Oh, yes. I caught that. I thought they were younger. That was new. 17.
Listen, I'm going to just tell y'all.
That might be fresh.
I feel like you could tell by Clifton's eyebrows that he's not to be trusted.
I can't.
They too black and smooth. Yeah, they too black and
eyebrows,
smooth.
child.
His voice too smooth. Well, I said before, he seemed like he's like a smooth, like he seemed nice and genuine. However, he also seemed like he could be for the bullshit. I feel like the fact that he hasn't mentioned, well, as we've seen, he hasn't mentioned at all. He's twice divorced with a 3-year-old and also 17-year-old. That's just weird to me. I wish he would have explained more. Like, when did you get divorced? Like, was it recently? Was it 4 years ago? Like, is the other wife the mama to the third? It's like, I needed more information. So I feel like he's also flying under the radar of, we don't really know you. Because I didn't think he had been married before. So to me, that was weird. I was like, oh, okay.
Gotcha. What are y'all thoughts about Sabrina and Paul? Paul, she don't let them man know that she ain't interested. You don't like Paul?
I sat here. I said,
I
who
can't
is
stand
that?
Paul. I can't stand Paul. And I feel like Sabrina has not been around enough. They've really been focusing on Joy, Joy, Clifton, Daikia, but not really on her. And I thought Sabrina would be like more with the guys, liking her, whatever. But I'm like, they don't talk about her. So I was confused. I'm like, why is she meeting up with, of all people, Paul? I was confused. I'm like, y'all don't even vibe. And when she said, well, I just feel like you're like a mentor, like a friend.
Mentor,
and he was like,
took me out.
I'm gonna tell you, she was right though. I think she was absolutely right in everything she said, and I also feel like she was being light on him because I think what we noticed throughout the episode is he likes to tell people what to do. And I think that you want a young person, you want to be with a woman who's younger or a woman that's going to allow you to lead, because in real life, you probably don't feel that you are that impressive or that accomplished. So you want to act as if you know shit when you don't. So for instance, you knew something about bowling, but in almost every scene, it felt like you were trying to teach another adult something. And I just feel like that's the way men feel when they want to control somebody versus getting with a partner that is already an adult and you don't feel the need to try to father them, because that's what he was going to try to do to Sabrina. Everything was going to be, that's all of that pushing you. He even said it like, oh, I want to push you to be better. It's like, nigga, you're not my daddy. I'm an adult. I don't need you to push me to be better. Now, at the end of the day, when you with somebody that's good for you, y'all should encourage each other to be better. But the idea that you are in some superior role in the relationship, therefore needing to constantly teach somebody something, no grown ass woman wants to deal with that. For real, for real. That's why I was looking at Precious like, okay, how, girl? You single.
Pick me.
Very pick me. Because I was like, girl, really? You want somebody to teach you? Girl, you look like you don't want nobody telling you what to do no time ever. So I don't know what you're talking about.
She needs somebody to tell her what to do about the bang. The bang.
No, that is a sideways wig. She just put her wig to the side. That's a sideways. No part right here. It doesn't happen. Sideways wig.
Only part I seen like that was Arion's. That come from here to over this side.
That's sideways wig
slick down.
But she a sad piece, so
sideways
sad piece.
But she's telling her age. She is on the side, but she's telling her age though. Bitch, you grew up in the Aaliyah age, bitch. That's the old nasty Aaliyah. The part all the way over here, so I can slick it over.
Aaliyah will have it like she'll have it like right here. Like right here is fine. That's the sad part.
In the corner.
She don't have enough head. That's what it is. She think she be like on like a wig, but it be her hair.
Tumblr emo depression.
Yeah, it's weird.
With that bang.
Just by her ear.
But Sabrina and Paul, he was giving very much creepy fatherly vibes, and I agree with everything Bondy said. You know how you put people in a role of superiority. You know how you go to the grocery store and managers be taking their job too fucking seriously, and they ain't got shit going. That's what Paul be giving. Paul seems like he ain't got shit going. He taking his manager role way too serious. So I'm glad
Hilarious.
Sabrina said what she had to say.
Yes, she said something specific. What did she say? Oh my God.
Who's Sabrina?
I'm mad. I lost it that quick, but she said something specific to let you know that that's how she saw him. You know, about, you know, that constantly needing to push and be in control
Yes,
of shit.
I was gonna say that. Yep.
Well,
She
she said, "I
talked
don't
about
want
how she feel
somebody
like he
that's-"
gonna push her too hard because of how he is as an entrepreneur, which is why I felt like she was laying him down
Not
kind of
connecting.
softly.
That's what
it
she
was,
said.
not connecting.
She was like, it wasn't what she said to him. It was what she said to the lady later on, that what he was saying wasn't connecting with the energy that she was getting.
She was
Meaning, I'm getting bum energy, even though you talking all of this shit.
Which is why I could see that, because you mentioned earlier about her not keeping it real about how she really felt about him. I feel like she was using that as an excuse, like, oh, I feel like he's gonna push me too hard. I'm like, that don't even make no sense. If you're not interested, just say that. She was just trying to come up with a delicate way to let him down, and boy, was he let the hell down. Let down. Hilarious. I also thought it was interesting we saw Sabrina more, because remember last week's episode they said that she don't really return phone calls and stuff, so now we got to see her more on camera going on all these dates. But I wanted to get y'all thoughts on Sabrina sitting down on that bus with Wiley and feeling as though Demetrius wasn't fighting for her. I was kind of confused, like, why are you not at least engaging in the conversation? But I also felt like, girl, you could have hopped back there and started talking to him. You didn't have to sit there with Wiley. Why he got to chase you?
But I thought it was a dumb date. I feel like,
point.
why go on a date on the bus? Y'all can't talk. It's like you picked a date that no one can really talk on, because y'all bragging around the city, pointing to the stuff or whatever, and no one can really sit next to each other and talk. It's like it's only 2 seats. I felt like that's your fault. Why didn't you sit in between the 2 men on the back seat and then had AP seat next to whoever? I feel like both AP and Sabrina didn't like do the right seat.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I blame them. I blame them, because it seemed like Demetrius got on first. So it would have made sense if he got on first and you wanted to talk to him, for you to go and sit next to him. AP, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know why he all the way in the back of the bus. Bitch, what are you talking about? I got on the bus first. Come sit next to me.
But they walked up together. I'm like, if y'all walked up together, why didn't y'all also walk on the bus together? If you knew that you wanted, if I want to talk to him, when I see him go, let me go. Let me get to him before Sabrina do, because that's what I want to talk to. So I'm like, and now you saying Wiley is too young, and someone said they think they age shaming him, and I do kind of agree. I think every season it's a young person. This season it just happens to be a young guy, not a young girl. So I'm like, the same way the younger woman has dated, you know, the older men or whatever. Let this man get him a cougar, because he seemed nice, but people keep kind of like, oh, he young. It's like, yeah, but he may still be a good guy. So that's what I'm saying.
I agree. 100%, Jaylee. I said the same thing. They try to switch it up, because usually I'm complaining saying the men are about 50 and you get some young girl that's 32. But now we got the 32-year-old man, and it's unfortunate because it seems as though they like flip the scale too hardcore for me. The only other young lady on the show that's not 40 is Sabrina, and it don't seem like Sabrina and Wiley is. I've never even seen them talk.
It was something else I was going to say about. Oh, I just hated how AP kind of treated. I forgot the guy. Who was she? I forgot who she was talking to. What's his name?
It was Wiley. She was being real short with Wiley.
So who was
real
Sabrina
short with
chit-chatting with?
Troy.
Oh yes, it was Tori. That's right.
Oh,
Tori.
Tori.
She was talking to Tori. Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, I didn't like how she was coming off to Wiley, like real dry and stuff. I understood that she's a professor. That's like dating her student. But I mean, I don't know. She just thoroughly was not engaged, and he was really trying. So I hate that. But at the end of the day, we see where Cornelius ended up going home. Was y'all surprised or shocked? I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah. Which one? Oh, the new guy from last
Cornbread.
week.
Yeah, Cornbread.
When he was up there painting his cat and his dead cat named Pimp, and he pimped Daddy, I was like, what the fuck are you talking? I'm like, why you paint a dead cat on the date with other people? I don't want to paint your dead cat. I don't want that energy, sir. Get your dead cat away from me. So I feel like he was trying to be too friendly and not be romantic. And I'm like, you can't do that sometimes. I feel like the other, like when Eric was sitting down talking with Ace, it was like flirtatious conversation. But when he was talking to Joy, you talking about a dead cat, so that's not gonna make me really want to be like, you know, but let's go to dinner. Like, I think about dead cat. So it's weird that he never tried to like date anybody.
Yeah.
Honestly, he was being friendly and talking, but that was really it. So nobody care about you, sir. But have a nice time on the way home.
He wasn't. Then try to critique folks. No, sir.
I was glad he went home because he did not want commitment. So that made me feel like I don't know what you are here for then, but you need to go. Because that's not what we're here for. We're not here for friendship. We're here for love. So if that's not what you're here for, you need to go. So I was glad that he left. And I was actually glad that he left before Paul, believe it or not, because I feel like at least Paul is actually interesting and interested in some of these women, even though they haven't figured out that he's a dog ass nigga just yet. All of them, some of them have, but not all of them. But still, I just felt like, Cornelius, you just seem like when he said that he wanted to have children, but he felt like the commitment scared him or gave him pause. I was like, boy, bye. Like, what is this? Like, why do you niggas always want to do things this backwards ass way? And I feel like it's one thing to do with Van Jones. Yeah, I think that's what his name is, Van Jones, because I heard he's having a baby with one of his friends. They wanted to have kids. So that's one thing. But when you are trying to woo a woman under the guise of being in a romantic relationship with her so you can get her pregnant so that you can then leave her to be a single mother, like, no, nigga, nobody's signing up for that. And you sound crazy. Like, Black women don't even, agree to those types of arrangements, like talking about it, because we don't want to be raising a child with a nigga that we don't, really love like that. So that's, few and far in between for the Black women that would do something like that. So I was just looking at him like, I don't know why you're here, but you need to go. So
For
yeah,
sure.
bye.
Definitely.
Yeah, for me, he kept projecting. I hated when he projected on Tiffany, when Tiffany said she wanted a husband last episode, and he projected on Daikia this episode when he said the commitment scared him. I was like, why are you here? Then what was odd was whenever we first met him, he said that he's been close to marriage before. So I want to know, like, what's this big 180? What's the big flip? Because now you seem like you trying to find some sister wives or something with the vibes he giving.
Right. I think Paul gonna go home soon as I switch and think about Paul, because I'm thinking about when he sat down with Precious and he kind of talked about how he wasn't gonna change himself or whatever. But then at the end said that he was gonna open up a bit more. I don't know. I feel like Paul gonna be the next man to probably go ahead and skedaddle. But we shall see. Anything else on Ready to Love? We all good.